Hello, aspirants. SOMP is starting our essay and GS mains paper discussion of mains 2021. So, what we are going to do, we are going to make videos, detailed videos on each and every paper, and we are going to start a series on the basis of topics. Suppose in GS2, there is a topic polity and constitution, then governance, then IR. So, we are going to make three videos, not a single video, because if we'll make one single video, then it will be roughly of 3 or 4 hour video, and it becomes very difficult to watch 3 or 4 hour video in one go. Second issue is the message which we are trying to convey, you might not get it because the long video and you might lose the concentration. Okay, so that is why we are going to make topic wise videos. Another thing is SOMP is going to discuss the paper from aspirant perspective, not from some scholar side. Why is that? Reason being that the aspirant, the people who have attended the exam, they were aspirants, not some faculty or some scholar. Okay, so they were giving exam, let's say GS1, 8th Jan 9 to 12, then GS2 2 to 5. So whatever answer they were able to write, whatever thought process they were able to have in the examination hall, that is going to make them the toppers. So the rank one, whatever he or she has done during this, that is going to reward the marks. And suppose that person, by any chance, that particular person was not able to clear the prelims, and that person was sitting outside the examination hall, and after getting the paper at 12 or 12:30, and after researching a lot, he or she might have thought of attempting the paper. Then the points which this particular candidate has mentioned between this time and the same person attempting the paper, let's say on Jan 10 or 11, after doing all kind of research, both the answer would have been completely different. So we will stick to aspirant side only. We will not give you some bulky and scholarly points just to impress you, to show that look, that we are having that much knowledge. No, we are not going to do it. But at the same time, there has to be a standard process to follow, that this much xyz was expected from you to write in the examination hall in the given condition, and that standard process or that standard answer is the answer which fetches very good marks, which gives a very good rank. Okay, so we'll stick to this with the standard process. Then there are talks like after every means, you talk to the aspirants or those who are in this examination cycle for so long, let's say 3 4 years, let's say for 3 4 years. After every means, let's take 2017, 18, 19, 20, now it's 21. After every means, it is like UPSC has changed the pattern, UPSC has asked such and such kind of question. These things will keep on going on, these debates will keep on going on, there is no end to it. Every year UPSC will give some surprises in some papers, like this year GS3 there was a surprise element. Okay, so the same debate you will always hear after every means, even after prelims, that look, they have changed the pattern, they have asked this, they have asked that. If you stick to this debate, then you will not be able to prepare and you will not be able to improve. So please avoid such things. Every year this thing will be there. So what to do? So nature of the questions, if you will see, generally UPSC stick to the syllabus when it comes to the mains. Generally, when it comes to the mains, UPSC stick to the syllabus. Okay, and those who have made notes of the syllabus, the points which are mentioned in the syllabus, trust me, they were able to handle more than 90% of the question, and 90% is a very good percentage. So 90% of the question they were able to handle. And even when you are sitting outside the examination hall, and I assume that you have not appeared in the mains, after looking at the question you might have been thinking that okay, this is from that part of syllabus, that part of syllabus, that part of syllabus. Now it is your responsibility to prepare the syllabus. Okay, you have to prepare the syllabus. This year I have seen that the weightage of the number of question and number of marks has remained the same. For example, IR, there are 4 question to 10 marker to 15 marker. Same goes with internal security, 4 questions. So such kind of thing, I think they have not changed much, and we will talk when we will enter into the topic wise. Role of static part versus current affairs, and it is a very big debate. As I have sent a message on the Telegram channel, that the current affairs, hardly, if you will see, out of 750 marks, hardly if you will see around 10 to 15% question from the current affairs, and you can see how much time you spent on the current affairs. There are three kind of current affairs. One is core current affair. Second, linked, you can link that to the current because that thing is in the news. And third, no relation with current. So I'm talking about core current affairs. Okay, core current affairs means that these particular news items were there in the news, and UPSC has asked a direct question from those particular items. Okay, again I'm repeating, core current affairs simply means that the thing which was in news recently, which was not part of the static syllabus, then UPSC has asked the question from that particular part. So that is called core current affairs. For example, AUKUS. That is pure and core current affair. Okay. Then there was a question in GS1, recent volcanic events around the globe. Can be linked to the current affair that, okay, this particular thing was in news, but you cannot say that volcanoes are part of current affairs. They are part of static, but yes, it was in news. Definitely it was in news. So link that is linked with the current affairs. And then third is core static part. There is no link. And in the market you will see that 50% current affair, 60%, and किसी का मन कर गया तो 100% पेपर फ्रॉम द करंट अफेयर वो चलता रहेगा. इन लोगों के साथ में दिक्कत क्या होती है, सिलेबस करना नहीं है. ठीक है, let me tell you very honestly, it is very easy to cover current affairs. It is easier to cover the current affairs than covering the syllabus. And those who are seriously preparing for some time, you know it very well, very well. When you sit to prepare the syllabus, it is taking time, it requires effort. But everyday current affair, this current affair, that current affair, you are happy. So that is why they are like 100% current affair. If you believe that theory, all the best for your exam. That's the only thing I can tell you. Then the role of the answer writing. Role of the answer writing becomes very important. Very important means there are some students who keep on studying. Okay, there are some students who keep on studying and they are quite happy with this study habit only. ठीक है ना सर, पढ़ रहे हैं पढ़ रहे हैं पढ़ रहे हैं, and they keep on doing that, and when they don't practice answer writing, then they don't practice writing answer in time bound manner. In the means they suffer. In the means, the biggest issue they face, first, whatever content they are having, they are not able to write that content in lucid manner. They are not able to fulfill the demand of the question because they have not practiced it. There are some candidates, few I would say, who may not need answer writing. No need, because they have done it from the school time. They are very good in that. They know how to put down their thoughts on the paper. If you are that lucky one, congratulations. Otherwise, answer writing is very important, because beyond a point, you cannot prepare the content. And as you are aware that the are divided into, let's say, 10 marker or 15 marker. 10 marker 150 word, 15 marker 250 word, 150 word 2 pages, 250 word 1 2 3 page. How much knowledge is required? Then there is another theory, and this is also going on in the circle of the civil services preparation, that in every topic you prepare content of this 3 UPSC sheet type of content, because you are going to write only those 3 pages in the examination hall. First thing, issue. Let me share the issue. First thing, whatever topic you are going to prepare, you are going to prepare an umbrella topic, and UPSC is going to ask a specific question. Okay, suppose gender. In the gender, if you are done with this 3-page strategy and UPSC is asking a different kind of question, then it becomes very difficult for you to write. And then you are like, यार content ही नहीं है, कुछ है ही नहीं. So there are many theories. Again, I would say stick to the syllabus, first thing, and how to handle this situation. So the very first thing, and we are going to talk about it in the following sessions. First thing is understanding. You have to build it. You cannot enter directly in this mug up side, although many things you have to mug up. So first is understanding, then you have to practice that thing, then you have to convert this understanding and then reading through good sources to your notes. And before means you need very short notes of your own, then only you can write these 3 or 2. Otherwise it becomes very difficult. Okay, then time management issue. Definitely, if you have not practiced answer writing in time bound manner, but this comes when you do the answer writing, basic answer writing. If you have not done that, please do not enter. There will be many people will tell you that from the day one start your answer writing 7 minutes for 10 mark question. Issue is you will not be able to write the answer. That is the problem number one. Second problem, you will give up within 2 to 3 days. You will be like कि अपनी लाइफ बहुत अच्छी चल रही है, कंटेंट पढ़ते पढ़ते ये डायरेक्ट मेंस में देखेंगे. Don't do it. First basic part, learn how to write the content in answer. And once you are done with basic answer writing, these notes, then you should enter into time bound manner. Then as mains are not over yet, so what we are going to do, that look, whatever perspective I'm giving you as an outsider. Okay, as an outsider, I am giving you. But the real perspective about the exam, the toughness of the paper or the paper was simple, only the people who have appeared in the mains, they can tell you. And as mains is not over yet, just after mains, what we are going to do, that we will conduct session by the SOMP students who have appeared in the mains, and they'll tell you what they felt in the examination hall. So that will give you more clarity, more understanding. This thing, 10th ring the bell initiative and dimension based approach, it is my personal belief that if you stick to the dimension, and especially the broad dimensions, not narrow one, then you can handle any question in mains. And every topic, each and every topic has dimension attached to it, and we are going to share in the successive sessions and how this dimension based approach helps. Ring the Bell initiative is something unique, and you might be aware about it. It's not a new concept for the humanity per se. Okay, but what is this? If you'll keep this thing in your mind, then your life becomes very easy. How? Suppose in IR, question is coming in China. Ring the Bell initiative simply means whenever you read a term in the syllabus, whenever you read something, then some of the terms automatically starts ringing in your mind. Automatically. That okay, China, checkbook diplomacy. माइंड में आ ही जाना चाहिए. Debt trap, etc. So every topic will be having some of the points, some of the things which should keep ringing in your mind. Like India, when we talk about India, always there is soft power. If these points you are not like, you should be alert about this thing, and if you will keep practicing this thing just for 5 or 10 minutes in a day, I'm just saying just 5 or 10 minutes in a day, it will not only help you in means, it will also help you in prelims for sure. So when you hear India, okay, IR, soft power. When you are hearing some other term, let's say MSP, MS Swaminathan committee, okay, then C2, A2 plus FL. So suppose you are reading MSP C2 plus A2 plus FL, MS Swaminathan recommendation. Very small thing, but if you just write it down on your uh, wall, that ring the bell. I have to use this, and we will keep on using this particular thing, and I hope that is going to help. Okay, so we are starting this thing, and we will provide you recorded videos of each and every question of GS and SC, recorded videos. Then we will be having open session, and those open sessions are going to be like question answer session, where you have whatever doubt you have, whatever question you have for us, you can directly ask. Although we could have started this open session with each and every topic, but what I feel that the thing which we could finish in less time, as topics are more, it might have take like more time, and we might not be able to finish all the topics. So first recorded video will make. After that, if you feel that no, recorded videos are not going to help, you should have open sessions. Or if you feel that okay, recorded videos are fine, do let us know, and we will try to accommodate your opinion to it. So I hope this initiative will help you. So we are starting it, and we'll keep on sharing the recorded videos, uh, or the live ones, whatever it is, on our channel. Okay, thank you.